Good morning once again, my 5 a.m. masters. Congratulations on making the effort to wake up and to attend today's session. So, our speaker for today, I couldn't get hold of them. So, today we are going to talk about how to introduce yourself as a professional. I've seen a lot of people when you are given an opportunity to speak, and then you have to introduce yourself, and you hear things like, "Hi, my name is Heather. I'm a mom of five, married to one husband, na 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 na." Then at the end, "I'm a business owner. I coach other women to build their businesses." Similar with the gents as well, just the opposite. And I've realized that when we introduce ourselves like that, sometimes you minimize your expertise, you undermine yourself because people are looking at you, and this is a professional setting. You've invited them for a business presentation. And when you start your introduction, like with your family roles first, you are suggesting that your personal identity is more important or more relevant than the professional one. Or sometimes it can just lead others to question your capability as a professional or as a business owner. There are a lot of gender biases and all of that happen in the world. So I was just thinking to myself the other day, how can we best, introduce ourselves, because you are not the only professional that is doing the business. There are other FBOs. There are also, other even businesses outside of Forever where you have to go and introduce yourself, and you want people to be able to take you serious. I'm not saying don't mention that you are a mom and that you are married and all of that. But I've realized that when you use that as your opening statement, sometimes that is all that people carry by the time they leave your presentation. Sometimes some people switch off, like, okay, so what can she tell me about business, or what can he tell me about business? So, we when you introduce yourself, we want to be able to put the focus on the business, the focus being on you being a professional, a business builder, a business coach. That is what we want to put at the forefront of your introduction. Then all the other things can then, be added on top of that. So I wrote down a few pointers about how you can structure your presentation, or your introduction rather, in a way that catches the attention of the person that you are introducing yourself to, in a way that makes them want to actually take you serious as a business owner. So the first thing that I wrote is, of course, you start with your name. You clearly state your name. This is not in any particular order. There are some people who introduce themselves. "Hi, I'm a business coach. I'm a member of Team What. We're a global community." And then they end with, "My name is Heather, and thank you for joining us." You can do it that way. But of course, you have to mention your name. Clearly state your name so that they will remember it. State your position or your role. So here, if it's about Forever, you're mentioning maybe that you're a professional networker, or that you are a business coach who's coaching other people to build their businesses globally. And then you highlight your experience. Maybe you've been doing this business for over 2 years. If it's a few months, maybe not. You don't want to give the impression that you don't know what you're doing. But for those that have been doing the business, for a while, you can share, experience that is relevant to whatever it is that you want to present. So you're doing a business presentation, you can mention that, what, I've been coaching other women and men and the youth on how to build their businesses for maybe 2, 3 years. Or you can even mention your experience in your professional field, if of course it relates to the business that you want to pitch. So maybe you were a retailer, okay, before you came to Forever. So you can mention that, what, I have 5 years retail experience or experience with dealing with customers and building a retail business. Or if you were an accountant, for example, you can tell them that, what, I have experience coaching other people on how to build their businesses and making them successful. Because, in essence, that's what you do in your professional role. So, you need to mention your experience. When you highlight your experience, it actually now makes people want to listen to you, because now they feel like, what, I'm listening to someone who knows what they are doing. So don't miss that part in your introduction. And then explain what you do. This is where you are now describing what it is that you do in Forever. So I will give an example of a good introduction for a professional networker at the end. But explain in brief. The temptation, like I always say, is to tell people, I'm part of Forever. We do this. We have over 250 products. We have a good marketing plan. You can join our business and you can make this much money. And there's this and there's incentives. You don't need to do all of that in your introduction. Keep it brief. Just in brief, I coach other women and youth on how to build a global business through health and wellness products. Maybe something like that. Okay. Just to give an indication of what it is that you do as a professional networker. And don't be a robot. A robot, it's like you have a script that you've read and you've memorized and you're just reading it out. Hi, my name is Heather. Um, I'm a professional networker and an accountant. I've been doing this for over 5 years and na 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 na. That is like there's no personal touch. It's just you reciting a statement that you have memorized in your head. But include a personal touch, share personal interests, personal experience, something that is relatable to them to create a connection. So that's why we always encourage people to say, what, write your story, share your story with your prospects, with your customers, where you are going, because we are always encouraged to say, go to networking events. They always share with us, maybe there's a tea party for women in business, a tea party for men in business, or whatever where you are attending for networking purposes. If you're just going around saying a script of, hi, my name is this is my experience, this is what I do, by the end of that function, most people don't even remember you. But if you add a personal touch, you include like just a short personal story. It doesn't have to be long, because remember, this is more of an introduction. It's not like a presentation where you can do like a 5 minute story. It just has to be something short, something that, can trigger you in people's minds, something they can remember you for. Um, so maybe you mention a short story about why you started the business, or it can just be something fun or a joke. I had this lady when we were at a networking function, and she mentioned to me her favorite ice cream and why she loved the ice cream, and it was like a joke, and we laughed about it. And to this day, I still remember her. Like from the people that I met at that function, she's the first person I remember, I think about, because I just think ice cream and the story that she shared, and I laugh. And I still have her number, and I kept in touch, and I remember to connect with her. But most of the other people who just came to me and they were like, "Hi, my name is Kulu. I do this, I do this, and I do that. What do you do?" By the time the event is over, I've probably even forgotten their name. Why? Because it's so generic. I get to hear it a lot. So, as a business owner, when you're going out there to connect with people, add a personal touch, add a short personal story. It can be a joke. It has to be something fun that, like, by the time I'm going, I'm just thinking, oh, there's that ice cream lady. There's that ice cream lady. And they keep you in their mind. Because the worst thing you can do as a business owner is be forgettable, because you would have put in all this work to connect with people. And by the end of the event, they don't even remember who is Sophie. So make sure you add a personal touch and allow the other person to engage in the conversation as well by asking questions, asking them about themselves, because as people we love talking about ourselves. So if you want to connect with people, you also have to give them an opportunity to engage with you. It can't be a one-sided conversation where you are just talking, and the other person is just standing there listening to you. So engage, ask them questions. Oh, okay, so why are you here at this event? What is it that you do? Tell me more about yourself. Get them talking and engaging with you, because you will find when you go to networking events, most people are there to just tell you about what it is that they do and why their business is so perfect and why you must partner with them or why you must buy their product. They are not interested in learning about the other person. So if you go there and you are that person who is inviting engagement, a lot more people will remember you because you gave them the opportunity to also say something. Okay, I hope we are following and I hope you are finding value in this. So, this is when, yes, the ice cream lady, yes. Um, so this is when you are networking with people and you have to introduce yourself. So make sure you mention your name, you mention what you do, you highlight your experience, be brief in what you're saying. Don't go on and forever and forever and forever. Include a personal touch and allow the other person as well to engage with you. All right. So here are the short do's and don'ts when you are networking or when you are introducing yourself. Number one, be confident. So don't be that business owner that speaks with their head down. You are shy. You don't want to maintain eye contact. You are not audible. It's like you are whispering and people have to strain themselves to hear you. Be confident, speak clearly and confidently to convey your professionalism. And one thing I've learned about confidence, if you want to show up as that confident person, number one, it starts with your appearance. You have to be very mindful of how you are looking as a business owner, as a coach, and someone who's going out to network. Because if you don't take the time to look at the way you are presenting yourself, either your dress code, as you go there, you will feel out of place and then you lose your confidence. So, if it's a professional networking event, make sure you dress up like a professional, because if you go there with t shirt and jeans, what is going to happen? Now, all of a sudden, everyone is looking at you like, who is this person? And the more they do that, you are shrinking and shrinking more into yourself. Now, you lose the confidence. You can't even approach the people, you can't even speak clearly and you can't maintain eye contact. So when you're going to these events, take note of what is the theme of the event. Dress or present yourself according to the theme so that you don't find yourself in a situation where you are sticking out and now you are feeling out of place. Now you can't even be confident about yourself and your business. So your appearance really does matter when we are looking at confidence. When you are dressed nice, you feel good, you feel powerful, you are able to go there and talk to people from a position of power and speak clearly. Don't be my name is mumbling. They need to hear you. You project yourself clearly as a business owner. Adjust your introduction based on the audience or context. I think it's also something that I spoke about in our last presentation, I think 2 days ago, to say, know where you are going. We all do, we always say, write your introduction, write your story, and know it so that you are able to do the pitch. But also, a business owner recognizes where this specific pitch is not going to work for this specific audience. So, as you're doing your intro, it can be the same intro. We said you have to be flexible so that you are able to adjust your introduction based on the people that you are talking about, or you are talking to. If I'm at the gym, I would focus more my story on, how I've struggled with my weight journey rather than maybe my finances and yes, I will mention that I started the business because I was struggling with finances, but I'm going to tailor it more towards the weight because that is something that they can connect with, because this is a gym. It's all about weight, looking good, feeling good. So maybe as a personal touch, I'll be like, oh guys, you know what, I'm here and I'm doing my weight loss journey for the 20th time because I can't figure out how to maintain my weight. It's a joke that most people will actually remember. Most people will relate because some people lose weight, they gain it back, then they have to start over. So, tailor your introduction to your audience. Use positive language. We always say be energetic, create a positive impression, go there with energy. Don't be a negative person. If people are complaining and what and what and what, sometimes you go to networking events and people are complaining about the economy, money not being enough. They are complaining about the government. It's not doing this, it's not doing that. A lot of things that people want to talk about in the negative, and you don't want people to remember you in the negative. Be positive, be upbeat, be smiling, be happy. People who are positive and with good energy, they create a lasting impression. So resist the temptation to go there and complain with the others when they are complaining and talk about negative things. Be positive, maintain positive language, and maintain the good energy. Some people are introverted like myself. You can still be like energetic and be introverted at the same time. So energy doesn't mean that you have to be loud and all over the place. It just means you are smiling and you're giving positive vibes. Make eye contact when you are talking to people. Like I said, you can't be a business owner who speaks with their eyes on the ground. Practice your introduction, rehearse it a couple of times so that you make sure that you know how to, perfect your pitch. Then what is it that you shouldn't do? When you're networking, you're introducing yourself. Let me check my comments in the chat. Maybe people are already sleeping and I'm here talking to myself. Let me engage. Oh, I have my roomie. I have Lid and Gary. Okay, at least I have people that are following. Thank you so much. The don't overcomplicate. So avoid using, these difficult words and complicated explanations. Be simple. Just be simple, simplify your explanations. You don't have to go into the complicated part of what you do. Just keep it simple, keep it short, keep it sweet. Don't shorten your name. Use your full name unless if it's a casual setting. So, when you go networking with business professionals, um, you'll find that they take names very serious and titles. My name is Heather Mike. Say it in full. In casual settings, I can go and say, hey, my name is Miss H. It depends on the environment. But if you're in a professional setting, give them your full name, not the slang. You can say your full name. If it's a complicated name, then of course you give them an alternative. My name is Lebohang, na na na, otherwise known as Lebo, for short. But be mindful of where you are, because there are some jokes that work when we are, some networking events of it's like a tea party, it's nothing professional, or it's we've gone out for hiking and whatever. Then there's some networking events where you are meeting serious professionals. Like there's an event where I went and there's the auditor general, there's minister of what, chief commissioner of SARS. You can't go there with your t-shirt and jeans and be like, hey guys, my name is Miss H, na 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 na, because already they are looking at you and like, what is this person doing here? This one, she doesn't belong in this room. So be mindful of such things. Don't make it all about you. Like I said, ensure that your introduction allows room for others to engage, ask questions, and all of that. And don't skip the personal touch, because if you're not relatable to them, they will never remember you. So also don't ramble. Keep it concise. Focus on the main interest. All right, let me see if I have comments in the chat, and if I have someone who want to avoid vocabulary. Yes, a professional events. Yes, Lady T there says, e.g., my name is Tulufelo Hlahla instead of Lady T at professional events. Yes, those are small things that we think are not important, but they mean something to the room. So anyone who wants to try their introduction based on just a few pointers that I've shared today, is there anyone who's up for trying? You can raise your hand, or you can just type your introduction there for us in the chat. Anyone who wants to give it a try? Any takers? Any takers? None. Ah, come on. We have 63 people in the room. Let's have at least one person who gives it a try, or who tells us how they've been introducing themselves and what is it that they are going to change on their introduction based on the few pointers that we've shared today. Anyone? Anyone? I'm going to allow participants to unmute for those that would like to unmute and speak. Okay. Leader Frida, I see your hand is raised. You are welcome to speak.
Morning, managers. Congratulations for waking up. Am I audible?
Yes, my leader.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Wow. This is really very nice. And my big takeaway from here is before I'm going to introduce myself, I'm going to adjust. I also noticed when, even though maybe it depends from which meeting or gathering are you being invited. Maybe you have to go like with the flow. I remember one leader, when they introduced themselves, from there that introduction stuck in my head, whereby she introduced herself. My name is Nana. I stay where. I started this business without having any English word, no English, no qualification. Um, so that one really stuck in my head. So, but it comes a time when we introduce ourselves, we start like, I hold a PhD in this and that, and at the end of the day, people will catch that short introduction whereby you say, my name is A, no education, no what, no English. This English is from this business. So that one really like take everyone's attention.
Yeah.
So my takeaway is I'm going to erase those unnecessary, depending on where am I. Like if I really want people to enjoy. So I think I will simplify my introduction rather than attaching each and everything that I've done in school. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leader Frida, for sharing. You see, that was a very unique introduction. And when you start like that, and now you say, I started this with no background in English, not knowing any English, and then you go forward and you speak with some very perfect English, you actually do attract a lot of attention. So it's always about tweaking, finding something that people can connect with in the room. Anyone else who wants to share? Anyone else who wants to share? Okay, no one. All right. No, that is fine. I hope you found value in today's session. I will share an example of my intro later today on the WhatsApp chat. Maybe you can pick a few things, but like I said, your introduction is not fixed because you always have to look at who am I talking to so that you select an introduction that they can relate to. So be flexible in your introduction. Don't just have one script that you share everywhere. Find ways to tweak it and tailor it to your audience. Otherwise, thank you so much for waking up today. I wish you all a very, very productive day. Today is the 22nd of January. So, for those that are coming to Rise Up, make sure that you've paid for your tickets, you've made arrangements to attend, because that is a very powerful event where you can come and actually learn the business. Encourage your downlines to also attend the Rise Up conference. You can even go with your prospects. Last time I went to Rise Up with a prospect, and they were so interested because they got to learn, oh, this is how the business actually works. So this is something that I can do. So make sure you are attending that. Make sure you are attending all the presentations and company events that are happening. And we still have 9 days to go to close the month. So let's go push and, achieve our goals for January. Otherwise, you are welcome to exit the meeting. Thank you and have a very productive day.